Medication time. Medication time.
Well, I'll be dipped. Slick Daddy is back on Slick Rants for, this will be Slickcast number 4. I don't have a title for it yet. My good friend Anita West tells me that I need to do more podcasts, more Slickcasts, that I'm not doing enough. Well, you know, some days just getting out of my own way is a challenge, let alone doing a podcast every day. But I will guarantee you we'll do it. We'll try to do them at least every other day. How's that? You don't want to get tired of me. So yeah, the weekend is coming up. It's Friday. It has been hotter than a hobo's ass crack out there, hasn't it? I mean, just brutal. This humidity. It's the humidity. Alexa, what is the current humidity?
Right now, the humidity is 86%.
See that? 86% humidity. Brutal. Just brutal. Once again, thank everybody for the wonderful comments that you have posted on my page, the letters that you have shared with me that you have sent to the corporate gods of Cumulus. If they had any sense at all, they would look at this, some of these letters and say, Jesus, you know, what the hell did we do? What did we do? We really effed up. I mean, Slick has a deep and personal connection with his listeners and they with him. I mean, we got together every night from 7 to midnight. We had a few laughs, had a couple of beers. There was no cover charge. Nobody got hurt. And, we did that for 25 years, minus the 2 years I was gone. So, I mean, it's a terrible thing that they've done. It really is. And I mean, I'm not just saying this because, I'm out of a job. Although I understand Kamala Harris is looking for a white guy for VP. So, hey, maybe I throw my hat in the ring for that one. I'm a white guy. I'm available. If you need a vice president, I'm your man. But I got a letter here, and I've gotten a lot of great letters, but this is one I just got tonight. It's from a dude named Evan, and he says, Hey, Slick, Evan here. I've been thinking of the right words to say over the past couple of weeks since all this effed up incident happened. So here's what I came up with. I'll never forget riding shotgun in my dad's car listening to you for the first time. That was the summer of 2002. I always loved the classic rock you played. It brought back memories from my dad back in the day, and he would reminisce about some of his glory days, him jumping the fence at Rich Stadium to see the Stones or George Thorogood and the Who back in 82. He goes off to say, remember your voice and how passionately you talked about the rock and roll. Your dad's probably about my age, by the way, Evan. You inspired a new generation to love the classics. Now, Evan, I think, is 28, he said. Then he goes on to say here, now this is where it gets very interesting. Fast forward to 2020, to COVID. What an effing shit show that was. I'd listen to you every single night. Slick Daddy, your brother from the gutter. Open bar now open, never a cover charge. Broadcasting live from under the stop sign. I would look forward to hearing you every single night, man. My dad and I are funeral directors in South Buffalo, and when I was at the office during the shitstorm of COVID, your voice was a beacon of light to me during some of my mentally darkest times when I was surrounded mentally and physically by darkness, death, the well above average of people dying on a daily basis. I'd listen to you in my truck, sitting alone by a fire at my cabin, having a drink or smoking a cigar, all by myself. I felt as though you were my friend through a small box called a radio, through that whole shit show when I couldn't see my own friends. What happened to you recently is beyond unacceptable. Unacceptable! You're damn tootin'. In terms of you being let go by 97 Rock and Cumulus, I wouldn't necessarily agree with all your political views. Oh, come on, dude. But guess what? That's okay. This is what makes America the great fucking place in the world that it is. The left wing and the right wing still attached to the same bird. You have your right to speak your mind in whatever way shape, and form you want. Was it distasteful? Yes. I commend you, though, for taking immediate actions and taking it down as soon as the assassination attempt happened. You are a stand-up man, sir. Well, okay. I'll cop to that, sure. I'll end my message to you with this, sir, and thank you for reading this. If you've read this far, well, of course I have. To me, radio is a crock of BS now. Days, especially here in Buffalo, your everyday radio listener doesn't remember the names of disc jockeys or announcers. To me, there's only two names who will forever lay infamous in Buffalo radio, and that is number one, Rick Jeanneret, and number two, Slick Tom. Hey, how about that, huh? Cheers to you, sir, and I hope everything works out for you. Evan, and I don't want to say his last name, a proud Evan L. from South Buffalo. Him and his dad are funeral directors. Evan L., a proud Slick Tom listener. So,
big deal.
So there you go. Wow, that was just blew me away. And I've gotten other letters like that. I wish, in a way, that these were emails, because it's hard to keep track of everything on Facebook. I mean, it's all over the place. There's a post here. What was that post I liked? Was it attached to this one or that one? Or, I think there's a way you can save them. I got to look into that. I wish there was a way you could print them so I can have them on paper. If anybody knows, pass it along. So I just wanted to share that letter, and, it's a damn shame that they had to break up a beautiful thing that we had going on for many, many years. And it could have went on a few more. Blowback's a bitch. That's all I got to tell you. Keep up the good fight, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Of course, live fast, die old. Remain calm, circle the wagons, go Bills. We got to talk about the Bills maybe on the next podcast. Training camp's going on, and some dudes are looking pretty good there. We'll talk about some of them maybe on the next podcast. Until next time, of course, weed, whiskey, and Warren Zevon.